Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com. Chosen ones, empaths. Why do victims find themselves longing for someone who hurt them? You know, narcissists involved in your life want to keep you in this state of longing for them or longing for their return. They need to keep you like this. It fuels them. Thing is victims are often confused and in a state of suffering and emotional turmoil. You know, the victim is often really confused. You know, on one side of them, they, you know, if you've gone through a discard or a reverse discard, you might have feel betrayal and stuff like this, but part of you still wants them back. And it's a bit of a, I don't know if dichotomy is the right word, but you know, you've got mixed feelings, and it really takes an emotional toll on the victim, you know, facing this kind of issue and this kind of problem, you know, and it leaves the victim very confused, you know, it leaves the victim very confused. But the reasons why you may miss the narcissist that was involved in your life can be down to trauma bonding. So parts of the love bomb or the baiting, the positive baiting, combined with the negative side, like the devaluation and stuff like that, and being in that constant cycle can keep you in a trauma bond. Sort of like because you had intermittent spells of positivity, you know, and you always need to remember that the love bomb wasn't just a fantasy. They were actually picking out things about your persona or about your character that were really apparent. You know, these things really did exist, right? So other people will be able to see these good qualities in you, just like the narcissist that was involved in your life saw these good qualities in you, but they combined it with the negativity, the devaluation, the gaslighting, you know, and this creates you in a bit of a trauma bond, you see. Remembering the good times, you know, being under the love spell, you you might be stuck in a situation of you're still viewing them through the lens of a romantic partner or whoever else they were in your life. You're still viewing them through that lens of, you know, and love can make you, you know, if you're in love with someone, you know, you often look past their faults, you know, and the red flags that were staring you in the face, you often went past those, you know, and it's only looking back now in retrospect that you see many red flags, you know, but it's all about breaking free, you know, it's all about breaking free from these chains they're trying to keep you in, you know. You need to change. Look, it's okay that you miss them. It's a natural process that you'll go through. You know, there's nothing wrong with the fact of you missing them, right? You know, they know you're gonna feel this way. They know you're going to miss them to some degree. But what you got to understand fundamentally is this is part of the trauma bond you were going through. And this is part of the soul ties and the soul tie connection that kind of binds the two of your souls together. You need to remember that these so-called good times, they didn't exist, you know. You know, feeling like you can't do better is another way that this narcissist that was involved in your life keeps you bound. You know, if you're in a mind state of thinking you can't find better, you can't do better, right? You need to know that as soon as possible, right? Regardless if you were discarded, reverse discarded, or you cut them off because they become too toxic. You need to know in your heart of hearts that you can find better and you can do better. and your happily ever after is not with this individual, this narcissist in your life that was involved in your life. Your happily ever after is not with this individual. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It'll take 2 seconds of your time. Just like this video showing up for you, help it show up for someone else in the community that it may be a benefit to. Thank you so much. But it's all about breaking free. You know, breaking free from these chains. You know, you don't need to miss them. You know, you don't need to miss them. I've explained how it's a natural process for you to long for someone. You're going through emotional abuse. You know, you're going through emotional turmoil. You're going through, you know, being confused and stuff. So part of you is going to miss them, but it's just about breaking free from that side of you. You know, starting to look at the situation from a bird's eye view. No one deserves to be put through abuse like you've been put through. No one deserves to be put through, you know, whatever type of abuse you went through, whether it was gaslighting, smear campaigns, devaluation, or all of it, you know, silent treatment, you know, all of it together. Whether you went through all of this together from the narcissist involved in your life, no one deserves to go through that, right? And it's not that they don't love you. They love you in a messed up way. They love to cause you pain. They love to cause you hurt. They love to upset you. They love you sad. You know, this fuels them, right? So you can't stay in this mind state of you can't stay in the mind state of wanting them back, you know? The reason why you may stay in that mind state for a prolonged period of time is because you feel like you can't do better. It's because you're used to them, you know? If they've discarded you or reverse discarded you, you know, part of human nature is to want something you can't have, you know? But you remember, you're the prize in all of this, right? They're not the prize, you know? They're not the prize, you know? You need to understand that you're feeling these emotions inside yourself, right? You may be feeling the emotions of longing for them, of wishing to rekindle, of stuff like this. They're also, wherever they are in the world, if they've gone on with new supplies and stuff, they're going to get a harsh realization about losing the empath and the chosen one. They're going to get a harsh realization about losing the empath and the chosen one. And it's up to you to sever these soul ties. Remove intentions. You know, don't worry about things you said when you was in so-called good times with them, like the I love you moments, or, you know, the caring consideration side from you. Don't worry about that. To be honest with you, they know, you know, they know you figured them out. You know, they know you figured them out. Like, what they're hoping is you stay in this state, right? And you need to work hard. You need to put in immense amounts of effort to break free from this. You know, you honestly need to break free from this. Break the trauma bond. You know, like I've said, if you want to break the soul tie, which I think is like the trauma bond, is imagine a cord between you and them. Imagine a pair of scissors or a knife cutting that cord. From that moment forward, you're released from that individual. You may even struggle to do it because part of you still hopes or wants a relationship. But this psychological exercise will let you know it's done for good. I've heard other people doing more ritualistic types of cord cutting, but I think a psychological exercise of cord cutting is the best process to try and break this trauma bond, or to try and break this this soul tie, you know. And the so-called good times, just take it as what it is, you know. It's a part of your journey. You enjoyed some moments with this individual, right? They do have a small part that's good in them, but it's overshadowed with darkness, you know. And there's nothing you can really do to save them, you know. There's nothing you can really do to save them. So just understand, it's okay that you find yourself longing for someone who hurt you. You know, this is what's it called? Bear with me for 1 second. You know, Stockholm Syndrome, that's what it was called, Stockholm Syndrome. I don't know if it's been disproven now in psychology or not, but there were some kidnap victims in a bank, and they began to get romantic feelings towards their kidnappers. I don't know if this has been disproven now, but what I'm trying to say is you can actually extract some meaning from it. You know, someone that is treating you so bad will keep you under a spell. You know, you'll be longing for them to return. You want a romantic relationship with them. You'll be longing for their return to or to be kind to you or to treat you fairly and stuff like that. So it's understanding that you're longing for someone that hurt you, because they wasn't always showing that side of them. They also showed a nice side of them, right? Just understand that narcissists involved in your life, whether, you know, wherever they are now, if they've discarded you, reverse discarded you, or you cut them off because they become too toxic, they want to keep you in the state of longing for them, and they need to keep you like this. So it's up to, this fuels them, so it's up to you to try and break free from this. You can't stay in this state. And the confusion and the suffering and the emotional turmoil that you're going through, you know, this is why I'm telling you, you need to break free from these thoughts and having these ideas of rekindling with them. You know, once you get it into your mind certain that you're not going to rekindle with them, even if they reach out to you, you know, that puts you in a powerful mind state. You know, it puts you in a real powerful mind state. Understand that you are trauma bonded. A lot of you will still be trauma bonded, and remembering the so-called good times, and it's more or less like a love spell. And it's just down to you to break free from these chains. You know, like I mentioned, the cord cutting exercises, that's a very healthy place to start. You know, just visualize them in person next to you, or in wherever you are in the world, separate. It doesn't really matter. Imagine the cord between you and them, and you've cut it, right? Don't repeat the exercise. I'd say do it once. Seriously, take your time to do it, but do it once, right? And that's it. It's final. You've severed the soul tie. You know, they're unaware, right? They'll feel something in the energetic field, but they're fundamentally unaware, and they're not going to cord cut from you because they need your supply. But just know that you've detached from them in the spiritual realm, and it's just about bringing that into fruition in this physical realm, you know, in the 3D realm. So thank you for watching today. Please leave your experience in the comment section. I'd love to hear your experience. If you would like to donate or support to the channel, you don't have to, but you can always find a link in the description box if you'd like. And there's something I want to touch on before I draw the video to a close. I've launched a new free community forum on the membership website. It's open for everyone to use to build and expand with fellow survivors. I'm looking at the longevity of the forum, as I should have created one when I first launched the membership site. I'm also running one-to-one sessions. If you want tailor-made advice and me to shed some light on your issues, you can always reach out. The Empath group meeting is coming up on the 28th of this month, and there is a new WhatsApp and Telegram group created for survivors to stay in touch. Lastly, if you want crisis email support and a plan of action, the links for all I've mentioned are in the description box below. So if you'd like to know more about your silence is torturing the narcissist, click this video here. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.